My boys, I could feel it into my bones. Reapers is gonna be top 5 DPS, bro. Like, let me tell you something. Right now, as we speak, I hit 33 mil per second, right? So, anyways, like, look, I got a level 7 a rune stone. I have a superior pet. I'm 481 item level. Like, look at this. You know, look at my whole build. No matter how strong I get, I will always hit above, I will always hit 30 mil per second, bro. Nobody can never hit 40. You have people that's the same item level as me hitting 50 mil per second. Does that make any sense? We both the same item level. Even with the perfect rotation, I will always hit 30 mil per second. So they're having a new patch notes, bro. They having a new patch notes, right? And every single classes is getting nerfed to where they actually getting a buff at the exact same time. Does that make any sense? Literally, sorcerers had a buff twice in a row. How is that even fair, bro? But yeah, all I care about is explaining what's actually going to happen with Reaper. That's all I really pretty much care about. And also, DA Harmo is getting buffed. Alright, so anyways, back in the past, we had increased damage by 200%, which was absolutely terrifying. But Reaper was the top #1 DPS. But then we lost our 200% with 3.0 crit power. We all thought 3.0 crit power was increased damage by 300%. But then that wouldn't make any sense, because then we'd just be broken as hell. But pretty much, nah. When we got that 3.0, we did a lot of lesser damage. And then yeah, so it took about 10 months before we went from a nerf to get a buff. Alright, so we about to get an extra 1.0. So let me tell you how much damage this does, right? Every 1.0 is, I'm just saying, it's about increased damage by 30%. So when we lost our 200%, they gave us a 3.0, which is increased damage by pretty much 90%. It only makes sense because we cannot do hardly any damage compared to a 200%. But now we are getting a crit power 4.0, bro. That's an extra 30%. That's an extra 30% to our freaking skills. Like double shear, 30%. Short strike, 30%. Grim strike, 30%. Everything is getting 30%, bro. That's about to be looking really nice on Dark Biome. Now listen, I don't know how much 1.0 does. I'm just throwing a number. It does 30%. It could do 20, 25%, 30%. I'm just throwing numbers out here. I'm just saying it just does, like, 30%. I don't know how much it does in increased damage, but that is about to be nice, bro. So in total from 200%, I think we're about to do 120% in damage. But then it doesn't. But then even though we're getting a 1.0, I mean that 1.0, I mean it is nice, but it's still not, highly powerful enough. So not only that we're getting an extra 1.0, we all getting a power link death spiral, increased skill power growth by from 10 to 15%. Now this took me a while to pretty much understand, like, what the hell does this even mean, until I pretty much looked up my glyphs. This is called power link depth spiral, and after doing the math and total calculations, I'm pretty sure this is actually it. On a successful hit, increased skill damage of Grim Strike by 10%. That 10% is literally about to jump from 10 to 15%. So when you know how to power link, stack, which you can only stack up to 6 times, you do increased damage of Grim Strike by 60% when you pretty much stack. But now they're gonna add it up by 5. So this means every time when you stack, it should be doing it should do increased damage of Grim Strike by 15%. So this means stack it 6 times, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 90. That means we're gonna be getting increased damage of 90% of Grim Strike. Wait, no, wait, that doesn't make sense. We're gonna be getting an extra 30% of Grim Strike, pretty much. When you stack, it's 60%, but now it's gonna go from 30%. So now pretty much, right, we got a 1.0 that's gonna be doing increased damage by 30% to everything, while we have additional 30% to pretty much Grim Strike. You know, I could be wrong, but this is the only thing I see that makes hardly sense. Like, they didn't go full in details, but they say increased skill power grow, but like this is literally the freaking glyph and what they actually talking about. Power Link Death Spiral. Yeah, this is lit. This is really it, unless they pretty much changing the the buff on it, or whatchamacallit, because I still got a lot of questions though. I still got questions, like, you know, you power link Death Spiral. I mean, like, you power link, you know, Grim Strike with this. You power link it with freaking whatchamacallit. They only talk about Death Spiral, which absolutely makes no sense, because you got other skills that can also power link this as well. Maybe they changing the skill, but I don't know. But in my eyes though, this is what I see. Every single thing, you get increased damage by 30%, while Grim Strike is about to be like, you getting 30% with 1.0 in Grim Strike, and then with the skill power growth, that's gonna be increased damage by 60% pretty much. So in total, it's kind of like Grim Strike is about to be like increased damage by 150%, while all your moves is like 120% with a 4.0. Like with a 4.0, all your skills is 120%, and with this extra buff, it's like Grim Strike is 150. If that actually make any sense. With the 1.0 by itself, I wouldn't say Reapers would be top 5 DPS. I think it would be like 42 mil per second or something like that. But if this is the case, that we get a 30% into Grim Strike, then that would actually kind of be pretty much overpowered. I believe so, if that's what I'm actually saying, because mostly in the Reaper's rotation, you're mostly spamming Grim Strike. If they was to make it to where we get a 2.0 instead of 1.0, that would actually kind of be overpowered, because Dark Bond is like one of our most hard-hitting skills. It's really overpowerful. It's really powerful. Even though you can like spam in 6 seconds, that's kind of powerful. So anyways, that's what I wanted to pretty much go over with. I think the minimum DPS of Reapers is gonna go from 30 mil per second to like pretty much 40 mil per second. Or if you know what you're actually doing, I'm going to say I'm gonna go from 33 mil per second to somewhere around 45 mil per second. Hey, at the end of the day, I'm getting damage, bro. I'm getting freaking damage. That means I could clear dungeons a lot faster. But when this new buff comes, bro, I'm getting my ass straight towards training grounds, bro. Yes, that's right. We're going straight towards training grounds when this crap drops, bro. But anyways, binge your boy Rito, and peace out, my boys. Enjoy your day.